Okay, this is a fun thing to talk about. I almost knocked it over. This is my largest 3D printing project to date. That's fun to say. Yeah, literally my largest 3D printing project to date. And it's the Stone Tower, Tower of Power, you could call it. I don't know. And it is for a Maya kind of a murder mystery that a friend of mine wrote and directs and needed props. I said, I can 3D print props. He said, oh, okay. So we've been meeting online on Zoom, been designing it in Blender, and then modeling it, and then 3D printing it, and then constructing it. And so most of it, almost entirely, is printer ink, like filament, PLA. So no ABS, tiny bit of ABS, but mostly PLA. So, which is good because it's non-toxic and you won't die. I won't die. But it also, you can't get it too hot. I mean, you wouldn't have this out in the sun. It's going to be indoors. So what it is, it's these like stone tower of power. I kind of call it stone tower as well. Anything that's called a tower needs to be called the tower of power. So that's why. And what happens is these blocks turn on a pull. So the middle is PVC pipe. I'll give that away. And then when they go into a slot, they sink down. Pretty cool. And then each layer comes down and then finally comes down. So yeah, this was about, I would say 4 spools. So that's 4 kilograms, which is interesting because the whole thing weighs about 10 pounds, I guess, at this point. And it can kind of come apart. So there's the individual pieces, and because it has to be transported by me in a suitcase to get down to California next week. And then I will say goodbye to this. Yeah, I've actually been working with this for 6 months or something. I mean, more seriously in the past couple weeks, but it has been a fun, challenging project to work on. And it was kind of just cool to put the 3D printer to use. This is something that's going to be in the show. Unfortunately, I won't be in the show because I'm going to be in Florida at the time, so I can't be in the show, which kind of sucks because it would have been fun to see this in action. But oh, and this also will be painted, of course. It won't look like gray, black. This was just this. This is the filament themselves. I started with black, but then we realized, well, why don't we make it gray? And that way, if it gets scratched, it won't look so bad. So it will be painted with that stone spray paint, I guess. Not by me, because for one thing, my work was mainly this part, and I also don't want to spray paint inside a condo and have the neighbors complain or me complain. I've had enough paint fumes to last me a lifetime, so we will pass on that. Anyway, cool project, a lot of fun, and if anyone needs something for theater, I mean, that's it's cool to be able to get like customers. This would be hard to do without 3D printer. I guess with wood or styrofoam or plaster of Paris. I mean, but just having these designs, Maya counting number designs. It was just so much easier once you kind of know what you're doing. It took a while. The learning curve was kind of high at first, but once you know what you're doing, it's pretty cool. Anyway, I could go on all day. Let's say goodbye for this thing. It's leaving next week. Stone Tower. It's been fun. Cheers.